I'm a hat backwards kind of cool guy. Me, I like to wear my hats backwards. I'm just kind of a cool guy like that. Yeah. My buddies, they know me. They know me as a pretty cool guy. My buddies, they think I'm the coolest. All thanks to my hat backwards technique. In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to also wear your hat backwards. In a second. Give me 5, he says. Alright guys, in this video I'm not actually going to teach you how to put your hat backwards. I'm going to teach you a little something about the smartest man I've ever met. His name is Austin. But he needs 5 minutes, so we're going to have to stall. And let's check out this little Tucker Carlson's 9/11 documentary that's making people nervous that the Young Turks covered 6 days ago. Let's have a look-see there, shall we?
Maybe this is worse than I thought.
Yeah, and guys,
because what a weirdo reaction for the most normal questions about one of the most important events in American history.
It is one of the most important and most tragic events in American history. It was the largest terror attack on US soil. Okay, thousands of people died, and it served as the catalyst for changing this country forever. And not for the best,
3,000.
I would argue, okay?
Big change.
Violations of Americans' privacies, mass surveillance, the Patriot Act, obviously, foreign wars, it just goes on.
Global war on terrorism that cost us $8 trillion.
Yes.
Happened to take out other people's enemies, not our enemies. Anyways, but one other thing, the bin Ladens. So why did we fly out the bin Ladens? No one's ever answered that.
That's a great question.
So that was a question from the left. That was Michael Moore asking that question. What a weird reaction. You're telling me Osama bin Laden did it, and your first reaction was to gather up all the bin Ladens that apparently lived inside America.
Isn't it just like, shit, what did that just remind me of? Oh yeah, it's like Israel makes Assad. I forget who made Germany. I feel like Jewish money paid for the Nazi parties, like they set them in motion. It's like there's just this recurring theme of these Tony Stark-esque victims or villains where it's always being made by the hero.
And fly them out first class to Saudi Arabia.
Why?
And I'm not allowed to ask why? No, that's crazy talk. Guys, this isn't about right or left. This is about our government doesn't represent us, and they keep telling us funny stories that don't make any sense. The minute you ask one question, they try to take your head off.
Yeah.
So you got one more?
One more clip. Let's take a look.
So clearly, yes, there was foreknowledge. By the way, there was a team, this is according to the FBI, by the way, this is the FBI saying, there was a team of clearly intel-connected foreigners who were arrested after 9/11, as you well know, videotaping the terror attacks. I'm almost verbatim quoting from the FBI assessment of this. And the FBI determined that they apparently had foreknowledge of the attacks. So why can't we know more about that? Exactly. Shut up. That's bigoted. No, this is my country.
Or maybe it's in there.
So I don't know if he's referring to.
Whereas like the modern narrative is much more noticeable. Where that kind of beat stands out a lot more these days.
To the 5 Israelis who a witness had seen taking photos, not recording, but taking photos of the World Trade Center as it was being attacked. One of them was holding a lighter up to the World Trade Center prior to the attack. And I don't know if that's what he's referring to, but those 5 individuals were
they're all IDF soldiers.
Kept in US custody
I think
for over 2 months. The FBI absolutely did believe that
who were Israeli Defense Force soldiers.
At least 2 of them had connections to Mossad, right? The Israeli intelligence organization. And I read the FBI files on this, and the investigation just like abruptly kind of ended after a little over 2 months. John Ashcroft specifically, the Attorney General at the time, called for them to be released.
Oh shit. Yo.
Yo.
Dude.
What?
So I was thinking we could make this podcast about how it's cooler, how it makes you cooler when you turn your hat backwards. When the hat goes backwards, it enhances your cool flavor. What do you think?
And when you turn it sideways, it means you're thinking about stuff.
Yeah, that's the thinker pose.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, dude? Long time no talk.
I know, right? Dota?
I'm still banned, I think. I haven't served my time. My normal games. I thought we were going to talk politics.
Yeah, we can.
I thought you were going to enlighten me. You're the smartest man I know, Austin.
Well,
Some people call you awesome, Austin.
Autism, Austin.
To each their own.
Autistic.
So what do you
Saint
think
Saint Augustine.
What do you think about Twitter lately?
You mean X?
Whatever.
What about it?
I don't know. I'm pretty new to the thing, so it's been quite the ride checking that mayhem out.
Oh yeah, it's a battlefield in there, you know. And I've said that for a long time that like you know, the fight didn't like stopped going from the streets and it's, you know, gone to the internet. So it's like,
what fight was on
you
the
know,
streets?
well, like back in the day, like to speak your mind and say things, you know, you'd have to be, you know, on the streets. But now it's like, if you're not online preaching your side of things, then just one side's gonna get all weird and like Reddit or something, you know, create echo chambers. And so yeah, it's like on, and you know, there's like bots and stuff too, because like everything's like online, so they're all trying to influence the narratives and everything.
Yeah, that's fucked up because then it creates this artificial like third party, like the masses are, the consensus is X, so that's how I'll make my
and it was
choice.
and it was harder to do that a long time ago with you know, when before the internet.
Yeah,
you know,
to hire actors.
Yeah, you had to get people out there to go say some things.
Get your team out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real interesting. Yeah, well, are you having fun on X?
I mean, it's interesting. I don't think it's very fun. It's interesting though. I had some fun yesterday.
Isn't interesting fun though?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
It's like the world's at war with all these shadowy forces, and everyone's trying to figure out what the truth is.
Who killed Charlie Kirk? Who done it? Whose team member was it? What's your theory? Or is there like a conclusive story? Is it? Last I checked, it was still ambiguous.
Well, I just think it's the whole rhetoric. You know, I just think it's mainstream news. You know, it said he had a trans boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it was, in Discord with those people, probably on Reddit. You know, in communities where, you know, everyone says that like Charlie Kirk is, you know, Hitler and racist, and you know, and CNN and stuff says that stuff. My grandma was right wing her whole life, you know, wealthy lady, but she turned into a leftist at the end because she was in front of the TV all day watching the news. That just turned into a big fear propaganda thing, you know.
Yeah, a lot of like politics isn't about like your virtue and your heart, and it's about like playing chess. I feel like I'm still new. I'm trying to really get my head around everything.
Yeah, there's just a lot of brainwashing and propaganda.
Yeah. What was I gonna go on about? I forget.
What do you think the left stands for?
Doesn't that mean Democrats? Because I've been watching Hassan, and he's like, I'm not left, I'm not a Democrat.
Whatever. It's all. That's another thing about everything. Is like words.
He's in the middle.
Like words are
independent. I just saw Anna Kasparian say in one of her on Piers Morgan.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like that. What I sent you with the.
Which I liked it. I liked them. I've been watching them, and I think they're pretty
Like
cool.
tyranny will twist the mere meaning of words, you know. So there's a lot of that going on. Just words. It's like how the Institute of Peace was funding the Taliban till Elon Musk got in there and shut it down.
Well,
So it's
even
like,
just the word gay, dude. Like, gay is a fun word to use, and like I still use it accurately. But you know, like,
yeah, like when your straight friends being a little
no,
gay.
no, like when you're feeling gay, dude. When you're feeling happy,
Mm.
funny, goofy, that's gay shit. Like that's what gay means. And it's, if you read any old shit that stands the test of time, like it's in literally everything. Every single
I would
thing
never call
uses
a gay man gay.
to
Let's get this
describe,
clear.
like man having a good time. And gaily I walked through the forest towards my beautiful bride.
Exactly.
Every time, all the time. That's one that actually
we're not homophobic, so we'd never call a gay guy gay.
No, we wouldn't do that to a gay guy.
No.
That would
No,
be
we do that. We
up.
call straight people gay when they're being
when they're
homoerotic.
behaving. Yeah, maybe. Well, that's probably like why the word transitioned over to that, but I don't know. That's just my own thing. It's a fun word to use. Especially when you're reading older stuff and you know, and then it enters your vocabulary and then everyone's like, "Why are you saying gay shit?" It's like, "No.
No, it's words have been taken advantage of. You know, it's like they'll label everyone far right, which, you know, I don't even know what that is, because there's no like definition of what far right is. It's like all those people that were protesting in England, you know, the news will just say these far right protesters, you know, just like buzzwords.
Were they doing that?
Yeah, no, it's just they call like everyone they disagree with like far right, you know, whatever that means. Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I guess I'm far right. Like, what's
you don't think like that's the whole game. Like, it's these terms are used to get us not thinking and like actually speaking. And then we get competitive egos where we just have to win, so we say our stupid retard term, and then our opponent says the stupid retard term, and then we both just live retardedly.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between you know, people that think for themselves. Yeah, there's a difference between people that think for themselves and regurgitators.
Yeah,
I feel like that should be a new word for people that don't know what they're talking about.
Regurgitators are more prevalent than ever before.
That's what I'm saying. And I think that should be like
we've always been free thinkers, and like we weren't that rare, but and even
I feel like that'd be a good slur.
If we're not, you know, standing guard at the doors of our mind, we can transition into one of these people, just like you said your grandma did. Mm-hmm. So I remember I remember it like being a thing, like slowly and slowly, more and more, I'm starting to hear YouTube videos coming out of people's mouths. Like, I know how they speak. You know what I mean? Like, you know a YouTube video when you see it. And it's just that whole culture. Everybody gets their opinions. You know, like...
You mean like someone regurgitating a YouTube video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
I was like, trust me, I know when I'm seeing a YouTube video. Yeah. I'm probably on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate like when you start hearing like buzzwords that someone else has said, you know, that like I don't like Hassan, and I try to avoid, you know, even just seeing him, but every now and then I'll see a clip.
How do you avoid seeing him? Do you have to? Did you click uninterested on Twitch or whatever?
No, it's just like if there's like a clip on X or something. Like I don't even want to care. Like I've never argued with anybody on X. I've posted a bunch, but it's not worth my time. And so I don't even want to bother, because like I know he's retarded, but I have seen clips of his, and one thing I hate hearing, that one thing he loves to say, like logical fallacy or something. I think he says it like trust me, if you ever...
I've noticed he's got his smart guy buzzwords.
Yeah, but he's so retarded. He's got like his few words he loves to... It's like if anybody like disagree or like has like a different point of view, he's like a logical fallacy. And
What,
then
what
that's it.
does that mean, Austin?
For him, it just means that people that disagree with him.
What does
Saying
it
there's
mean to
a
you,
whole.
though?
Well, he's trying to say that there's like a hole in the logic, that there's some fallacy behind it. You know, it could be the sky is blue, and he's like, that's a logical fallacy. You know, it's ultraviolet rays or something.
So, like, fallacy means like false, like
Or
so
penis.
logic is false. No, that's a phallic. That's the phallic or phallus. One of those two. So logical fallacy. So what's the fallacy part? I don't. It's a your smarts are wrong. I don't get it.
No, it's just something he says. He says it every
That's
time when he
just like
can't
some
like.
spell crafting, like fucking fancy.
No, he
sounding
just says
shit.
it when he can't when he can't come up with like a reason to argue with something because his argument's bad. He just like diminishes the other side by just completely ignoring it and just using that buzzword like it's a logical fallacy. All right, we'll go on to the next thing.
That's his defensive spell.
Yeah, it's his defensive
Expelliarmus.
stance.
Yeah. I feel like Harry Potter's got a spell where it's their defensive one that they block things with.
Yeah, they block the demon ghost things.
Yeah.
Petrunianus.
That's expecto patronum for the
Oh, there we
Dementors.
go. Okay, yeah.
Expelliar? No, maybe Expelliarmus. That one might do it. Yeah. So who else you been watching? Who's your?
Well, I don't watch.
What are your main sources of information? Just Twitter?
Yeah, I guess
The
just
old Twitter feed?
myself. Yeah, I just look at stuff, read stuff. There's no such thing as because right, everything's so biased. So you just gotta even like for like the stock market or something. Like if I want to learn about something, you gotta like open up 5 different websites just to get like the little bit of info you want to suck out of those 5 articles.
Yeah,
You know?
you just kind of get the consistencies.
Yeah. It's like I've said that about like CNN and Fox News they're like owned by the same people. So people try to be like, oh, Fox News is best. Yeah, they're both propaganda machines that are. So like you were just saying though, so they both are owned by the same people. So you want to find the propaganda, you see where they overlap, like where they agree. Because one side captures the mind of the left, one side captures the mind of the right, and then they both try to funnel them into.
Your theory is you don't listen to the things that line up. You say
no, I'm
you
saying
that's the propaganda.
No, I'm saying well the where they overlap is the propaganda.
So is this truth or fiction? This propaganda.
Oh, it can be anything. It's just what they want to promote.
Right.
So it doesn't mean it's the truth. They could be promoting a lie from both sides.
The statecraft.
Yeah.
The molding of the masses, the shepherding, the great shepherding.
Yeah, it's weird out there.
So what do you think about going and interviewing college kids about political stuff? I might do that. That sounds kind of funny.
I know, like, everyone's retarded, but I feel like I'm not smart enough for that.
Just fuck them, dude. What do you mean? I don't know. We won't know if we don't try. I'm sure you used to troll people all the time. Just fuck with them.
No, I'm saying they're probably
it's not even
retarded,
about
but
winning,
I'd
bro.
want to.
It's just that, like they'll already, like any audience, like they'll already be tuned in. So it's like we don't even. I don't think we even have to be that dope as fuck in the game. Like look at Hassan and look at Asmongold, right? Like Hassan's all like try hard. You know, he does all these things that he like tries really hard, clearly. And then you got Asmon, who like just lobs everything from half court, and you know, and it's like the shit sells itself. So just getting like original content from some college kids, I think would be something
cool.
that could build a
I
platform.
think we prank them at the end.
Yeah, and we fucking we jump him and steal his shit. No, just kidding.
No, that's funny about Esmond too.
We always, if it's a hot girl, we shift and we try to get her number.
I like watching Esmond. I like that he's.
Why do you like Asmon more than Hassan? Why do you like Asman and not Hassan? Like, what are the differences there?
Well, Hassan's an American-hating terrorist,
Okay.
and Asman isn't. So,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
so like I think he's needed in the political landscape. You know, if you look at like probably the three biggest ones, you got like Hassan, you know, American hating terrorist. You got Asmund probably in the middle, like you said, lob stuff from half court. I've always said, to me, in my opinion, he's someone that like I think he's needed because he's kind of in the middle, right? But he likes America, you know, at the least. And I've always said that he's like someone that reads like the first chapter of a book and then acts like he knows about it because he's wrong about a lot of things, but
Like what?
he's like,
I feel like
well,
he
I
gets
don't know,
everything
like,
right. I feel like he has like
well, he's close. That's why
he's
I say
got
he
little
reads like,
people typing to him,
well,
giving him
he's
information
close.
if he
That's what I'm
ever
saying. Is that
gets
when
to
I say like
wonder.
he reads the first chapter of the book, like he's close, but he's like wrong about like what's behind it. You know, he's close on a lot of
Can you
things, but
have
he
an
doesn't go far
example?
enough.
Like what? Like
No,
Israel
no, I
Palestine?
don't know. Yeah, like just anything. He'll have like the most basic view, which will be right, but then like the depth behind it, you know, what's behind that first chapter of the book that he misses out and doesn't comment on that because it's a, you know, a lot of mysteries back there, you know, that you got to uncover. But so yeah, so
Why
do
do
you
you
get what
think
I'm
that
saying? He's
is?
like,
Okay,
it's easy to
I
be
think I'm
right.
following.
It's easy to be right about the first chapter of the book if that's all you've read. But
Okay,
then
so
there's
you think
like
that's like
there's
a
like
tactical decision? He's intentionally
well,
not reading the rest of the book
no.
so he can easily be right?
No, I don't think he's intentionally doing it. I just think to pull back the cover on anything, you got to go like full conspiracy
Sure.
theorist, and he's not there.
Well,
So then,
what's he not pulling back?
well, like he'll never go into like, you know, like how like I'll talk about like, you know, Israel or something and like what's behind all that, and you know, you got to
Well,
go
what's
into
behind?
like
We've
this,
never talked about that. So what's behind
you
it?
know,
Mossad? I know you've told me Mossad, and at the time I was like, okay, that's some secret agent group
yeah,
in
you know,
Arab land or
geez, but
something.
see, you got to get
But
into
now I have a better understanding.
yeah, I mean,
So
it's like everything. So like even Mossad's like connected to the CIA. They probably killed JFK. You know, you start getting at all these things, but it's like to talk about that stuff, you got to go. And plus, he probably doesn't have the time. If you want to start talking about this stuff, you're gonna be, you know, you gotta go way deep, and then you're dealing with all your chat and all that. So I don't know. I think maybe he does like to just sit on the top part, talk about the top, not the bottom. I don't know. But then on the far other side, then you got Nick Fuentes, right?
uh-huh.
So those are like, so you go, you know, you got Hassan all the way over there, you got Asman in the middle, and then Fuentes all the way on the right. Interesting characters, a lot of them.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. 2 seconds.
I'm gonna go smoke real quick. Be right back.
All right, I'm back. Austin? Austin! Austin! Oh shit, I closed the 9/11 video. Okay, guys. Well, hopefully this is entertaining. Who knows what else we'll get into. He knows I'm recording. Because he wanted to do a podcast. I wish I would have sprung it on him because he's usually a bit looser. That's what she said. But my video is coming along nicely. I'm happier with it every day. It has its struggles and its problems, but overall, it's a banger. There's some nice parts. I like my intro. I made a dope intro. There's some other nice parts. There's some really clean parts, and then there's parts that's like, oh, this is clunky. It feels too long. Do I edit the shit out of it? Do I leave it alone? I don't know. How much of myself do I put in the thing? I haven't put any part of myself into the thing. I'll write this down. Yeah, it's a good time, good project. I feel like I could be making a really good content on all this drama that's going on right now. I could be totally popping off and farming all this fucking drama. But, realistically, I'm on my own path. And, yeah, still getting my bearings in this universe, so it's pretty chill. It's pretty chill. But no, I definitely I could make pop-off videos easy. I could just do some dramatic fucking bullshit. Put some music in it, make some jokes. But that's its own kind of pressure to have that own kind of content and shit, and there's you got to keep hitting with that kind of shit, and I don't feel like I'm ready to do that. Yeah. I need more understanding. And what else was it? Yeah, and I wouldn't have the time to be able to pump that kind of content out anyways. Like my old kind of shit. If you're one of my old boys, I wouldn't have the time coming up soon to be able to keep working on that kind of stuff. Cuz it's so interactive. It's so involved. So yeah, I'm just listening to the music, just kind of trying to, just going where I'm supposed to go, rather than trying to dictate where I should go, and then fucking burning and crashing out and all this bullshit.
This nigga is on Breakfast Club, a mainstream radio station, saying that there's not a genocide going on when we're watching this shit in 4K. I told you guys the story about Hind Rajab. They shot up her car 350 times. 350 times. When she called for help, they came and they blew up the ambulance. And this dude is saying that it's not a genocide going on. I told you guys a story and I showed you guys all the evidence of them systemically starving these people. You got these dumb bar agents, right? Like the black dude from PragerU, I forget his name, saying, oh, look at all this aid. Look at all this aid here. They're not distributing it, so they're still starving them.
Fatality.
The you talking about? Look at all this aid here. Yeah, it's not getting distributed. What the is this aid gonna do sitting in a lot spoiling and shit? That's what the Israelis do. Hey, look, there's not a genocide.
Then they just say that Hamas is not giving it to them. So we're in this whole conundrum. Like, is there proof out there of this, I wonder? Like, we gotta, like, have, like, proof, like, video of Hamas doing it. But then you wonder if things are staged. How hard is it to, you know, to just stage this shit for each side? It'd be harder to fake an Israeli soldier, no doubt. But yeah, there's because the clear agenda is to convince the masses to get on your side. So that's simply the game. And if you commit to either side, you might be getting duped because you don't really know. At least I don't really know at this point. I'm not there. I haven't watched this footage. There's a lot of footage I haven't watched. There's a lot of fucked up footage I haven't watched. I gotta watch some footage. I'll get there. I'll get there in time. There's no rush for these things. It's kind of sexier. Letting the suspense build, and, you know, it's like a fucking movie, dude. Like watching Heat or something. It's actually been a lot of fun, this narrative, in the worst way. Tragic. But it's fucking fascinating as far as world history goes and modern history being made. It's fun to wonder how these things could play out in 100 years. Whichever way they do play out, and then how it's displayed 100 years from then, you know? Interesting stuff. All right, where's this guy? I'm getting bored. I can't just talk to myself and not watch a video or something.
Going on. Meanwhile, I'm showing you guys real time in 1080p. They blow up a building. The aid workers go in to get the bodies out the rubble. Then they blow it up again. But these will sit there and tell y'all that they're not doing a genocide and we're watching it with our own eyes. But then they got the nerve to get mad and say, when you say some shit like, oh, you know what, bro? I don't know if everything that we got told about World War II is true, bro. Meanwhile, these dudes are genocide deniers with irrefutable proof in 4K.
That was a good one. This dude hit some fucking home runs, dude. That was a good one. Play one of my new songs. We'll see if you guys think this shit's hype. Where am I putting them? I don't remember where I'm putting them anywhere. Austin, you back?
Oh. All right.
Where were we?
I don't know.
Shit, player. Well, what do you know about Israel-Palestine? Because that's kind of my specialty right now. If I were to have one. What do you know? Do you know everything? Do you like ignore that shit? Because I know I've just ignored that shit forever.
Well,
Like Asmund's, you know, like Asmund's got a clip where he's like, oh, "I don't care, man." Like there's like a lot of that. That's pretty much always been my stance. I can't even remember how I got into this shit. When did I start
well,
getting into this?
well, did you see my long post on it the other day?
Yeah, I think I liked
Not
it.
the one with the rabbi, the other one.
I don't know. Let's go look.
Here, I'll just link it. This one.
We need to have a talk about Israel. Israel is antiseptic. Who rules Israel are Zionists. Zionists are not Jews. They are the globalists that hijack the Jewish faith and hide behind it. Is this your writing?
Uh-huh.
This is your manifesto.
Yeah.
Zionists are the bankers, and this is your understanding of the current world villain. Dude, you know what I love about this narrative is that, like, the World War I was vaguely about Jewish stuff, right? Or am I? I think it was, right? Were they involved?
I don't know. World War I and World War II are very interesting things that I don't think we have all the facts about.
Right. Well, I think it's safe to assume that World War I's at least a little bit about the Jew stuff, and then World War II is like the Jews getting eradicated, and then in Act 3, everything's just getting set up in World War I, and then in the sequel, the Jews get beat up real good, but then the Jews become which beat them up. I don't know.
Well,
it's just some interesting.
Well, I think World War II was a war against the globalists.
Okay.
It's just like in that other post, Hitler couldn't differentiate because they hide behind the Jewish religion. They couldn't differentiate between Jews and Zionists, and you see that a lot today, right? Because people are like, Jews control everything. Well, the reason you feel that way is because it's the globalists that are Zionists that hide behind the Jewish faith. So that's why it feels that way.
Zionists are not Jews. They are the globalists that hijack the Jews' face and hide behind it. Zionists are the bankers and powerful elite, not just in Israel, but around the globe, although they made Israel their base of operations. Well, isn't that like Jewish made though? Like, or Zionists have been around since
Keep reading.
Before World War II started, I think.
Oh yeah.
When they were all getting shipped out, that's when it started. I think I saw something that Nazism was a reaction to Zionism, or Zionism may have been a reaction to Nazism. I can't remember.
No, because you see, I explained further.
Oh shit! Okay. Zionists are the bankers and the powerful elite, not just in Israel, but around the globe. Although they made Israel their base of operations, these plans for a base started in early 1900s. The original plan was to set up shop in modern-day Kenya. Where did you learn that from?
It's just facts.
Is this fucking Grok told you? But led by some influential people in the Rothschild, they decided using the Jewish faith and the promise of Israel to better fit their goals and ambitions. So you think they intentionally targeted Judaism because it was like a minority religion that would be easier to control?
I think there were some
choosing Christianity.
I think there were some powerful Jewish people, but there were already Christian nation states. I think they needed a nation state to have their own sovereignty to be able to put that there. But they're part of all the institutions, right? So they're in the U.S. Like our government's hijacked by like Israel or the Zionists. I think the reason why they picked Israel instead of Kenya is because they figured, they're all part of the war machine that's been going on forever. And what's a better place to put, a quote unquote Jewish, state in the middle of the Middle East, where they can probably finance wars for the next 100 years. Sounds like a good deal if you're part of the military-industrial complex.
Where's Kenya? Oh yeah, that's far. Well, why would they originally want to choose Kenya?
I don't know. Maybe they're gonna take over Africa.
Interesting. Huh. Okay. These rich and powerful Zionists influence politics all around the globe, from war to immigration, and have been doing so for centuries. I just want to make sure when people talk about Israel, they are talking about Zionists and not the Jewish people they hide behind. Yeah, that sounds true. That's something consistent. Like free the Jews. Yeah, that sounds good.
So yeah, that's and it's weird too, because when you see like U.S. politics, it's heavily ingrained with Israel for whatever. Well, I say for whatever
And
reason.
how did that happen? Just from Rothschild gold? America
Well, no,
getting
just
off
so
the gold standard, and then
it's just all the powerful. I mean, that's a good thing. We can talk about that too. How like Gaddafi and stuff, they all got murdered for stuff like that. But these people have been around forever. These are the people complain about, like all the big bankers, all the people that were starting all the wars. These are all like the people that have been rich forever. And I guess they finally got around.
Argument. Isn't that just good capitalism though? Like if they're so good at the game, or is there a point where it becomes like illegal what they're doing or something?
Well, I think lying to manipulate wars.
Okay. I think I misunderstood capitalism. Yeah, right. You can't kill in capitalism. That's one of the rules. Okay, yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, they're breaking the rules, dude. As far as I've heard.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I think Israel is just they created it, and that's why I think they always try to get like like all the, where did I put it down here? Read the next one, the little post I made under that, because that's what I was basically just about to say.
Should also note, this is why people feel like the Jews control everything, because the globalists do it and hide behind Judaism. You probably got that from the context, but just wanted to be clear that misguided hate towards Jewish people is what Zionists want. It strengthens their shield against criticism while stroking division.
Well, let's not stroke division. So I could stroke that.
Stoking. Well, it's Freudian slip there.
No, so I think that's why like they claim like everything's anti-Semitic, right? Like everything. Mm-hmm. And like, so whenever they do that, it's like you can't even criticize Israel, because they'll be like, well, anti-Semitic, and that's just the state of Israel. That's their government, the people in place. And yeah, and I think they always, whenever it was created, I think they tried to like pull people back to Israel, like Jewish people. Like my dad's got a friend who's Jewish who has family over there. Uh-huh. I think they built like this literally just a base to hide behind. And somewhere where they can, like I said, wage war for like the next 100 years. I mean, we were already just 20 years deep into that Middle Eastern conflict. We've been in a few conflicts over there, from like Desert Storm to Iraq. And it's all, and there's always lies, right? So if you even go back to John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson, JFK was very against the Israel state and their nuclear program that they were building.
And your theory is that Israel killed him?
Yeah, with Mossad and the CIA.
Not some random civilian?
No.
Your theory for Charlie Kirk is that some random civilian killed him?
I don't know. I think
But
that guy
Israel was really fond of Charlie Kirk. And Charlie
Well,
Kirk, quote unquote, wasn't shifting towards anti-Israel with the rest of his, popular right-wing buddies. Right?
Well,
The whole
I don't know yet.
commentary
I don't
section.
have enough information on that. I'm pretty sure that they killed
Yeah.
JFK because after he was trying to investigate their nuclear program, then they killed him and they installed Lyndon B. Johnson, who was probably the most pro-Israel president we've ever had. So it went from like one side to the other. And they're the one place in the Middle East that still claims they don't have. Everyone knows they do, but they claim they don't. They don't sign any of the nuclear peace deals, so they have like their Samson option that says they'll blow everyone up if they fail. So I think I don't know enough about this, but I know Charlie Kirk started questioning some things from Israel, like AI pack and stuff, how they finance like whoever they don't have blackmail on, which you can start talking about Epstein and stuff. Whoever they don't have blackmail on, they're like one of the biggest lobbying groups that like everyone in our government gets like paid by Israel, which is kind of funny because then we package Israel like billions of dollars. So we send that to Israel and then they send that back to the states to lobby our government officials. So it's just, the whole system's corrupt.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was another kind of JFK scenario.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
That was my immediate thought. That was like, holy shit.
Yeah, it was really weird how Israel started capitalizing on that, and I always hate when I see that too with like the Israeli stuff because they'll go around and like parade like the nice things he said about Israel, after his death. Mm-hmm. Obviously, they won't politicize I think he was starting to turn a little anti-Israel. Mm-hmm. So I'm not saying that he got killed by them, but if that was the case, that's why or even if they didn't, right? Let's say they didn't, they still wanted to capitalize on his murder by spreading the pro-Israeli stuff.
That's like I know, dude. It was like watching a bunch of animals go and feast upon his dead, sacrificed corpse.
Yeah. So you got that aspect of it where they're like promoting his, and like a bunch of our government just went over there too to touch the wall and all that bullshit. Mm-hmm. They I think there was like a sign up that said like 50 states want Israel. Really just weird stuff. That like there's then they always try to claim that the propaganda machine's been going on forever. So it's like everyone says, oh, Israel's our greatest ally.
Dude,
for what?
I actually love your tweet. I'm sorry I missed that. Cause like yes. That's like my theory too.
Yeah.
Fuck. Let me go back to it, because my brain just processed it a little deeper. Yeah. No, I had this theory. I'm like, what if these secret shadow figures are just throughout history, just like keep sacrificing all you Jews, and like they never pay for it.
Yeah.
Jesus
that's why
Christ, dude.
That's why in that other tweet I said that maybe it was up to the Jews to get rid of the globalists and Zionists.
Why the Jews?
Maybe they had to. Well, because it almost
just
sounds
so similar to Christianity and all of this.
Well,
why?
I feel
Judaism?
Well, because Hitler tried to fight the globalists, right?
Why not use Christianity?
Well, hold on. Let me just.
It's bigger. There's more people. Or you need the cult. You need it to be a minority.
No. No. Look, so I think Hitler tried to defeat the globalists. He couldn't differentiate between, the Jews and the Zionists. But I think even like I think there was a lot of like exaggerations too about what happened. I think he just rounded up the Jews to try to, figure out who the Zionists were, so I don't think it was I don't think he was just like some guy that snapped and was like Jews. So it was probably like how in the United States we had Japanese internment camps, but we weren't, massacring them. But if the Japanese won the war, they could probably start propagandizing our internment camps that we were murdering the Japanese for, political points.
Yeah.
So who knows about that? I'm not saying that, I'm just hypothetically or whatever. But Wait.
Okay.
So why I think the Jews is because of, um, off the backs of the Jews, they, created the state of Israel. But that's why I said, like in the Torah, if they are to reclaim Israel, right now it's occupied by the Zionists, not the Jewish people. So that's why I thought it would be like interesting, because if the Jewish people from around the world uh, stood up against Israel, it would be harder for Israel to defend themselves, who claim to be Jewish. It's different if it's the Christians coming after Israel and they go, "Whoa, we're Jewish, you guys are Nazis." But if the Jewish people took back Israel from the Zionists, I think it would be harder for the fake Jews to fight the real Jews. you know.
Well, do you think that's what's going to happen, and then the Middle East is just going to have to get used to it? They'll just forget about it in a few hundred years. Is that what Israel's planning? With this
I,
whole
I
drama?
Well, I honestly think that like the reason why they wanted Israel so bad is honestly to finance wars. I mean, we've already probably been in the Middle East fighting wars there for, I don't know, 30 years, let's say. Like if you go back to all the, so I mean, if I bet you could picture like a Zionist in a room when they first created Israel. They like was it Lyndon B. Johnson, one of those guys that said we'll have these N-words voting Democrat for 200 years?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, so like, anyway, we could get into that too. But so I bet you anything, there's some guys, and maybe the Rothschilds were there, and they're all like, "Man, we'll be waging wars in the Middle East for the next 100 years," and they're all like, drinking champagne and stuff, and
Why would they want
getting
to wage wars though? Just like to conquer and steal their
to
gold,
make no,
take
to
over
make money,
land with their people, or
to make money.
just profiting from
Mil-
war?
the Oh yeah, the military. Oh yeah, war is probably the biggest thing you can
How does
profit
war
from.
make money?
Well, first of all, they probably own all the like if you look at like BlackRock and stuff, they like own everything. So they probably own all the shares of like these military companies, right? So if they can get these
Right.
military companies pumping out bombs and just everything, they can just keep making money on the war. But it's not even just the war,
But
right? I think I
that would
sent you
only
that.
be like the government who's like that country's military who's
No,
buying
because all
guns
like
and
no,
uh,
that's why
arrows by AKs
no
from
no
Russia,
all
right?
no all our companies are publicly traded companies. So like you can go invest in Lockheed Martin. So these are companies. These aren't like government companies. These are their own creation. They've been around a long, long,
Well,
long
but it's
time.
like I can't go buy a missile. I can't go
No,
buy
but
a start setting up a turret for when the
no,
Civil War
but
comes. I just start launching artillery.
no, but see, the
A big
governments have
machine.
to, but the governments have to buy these because these are private companies that went public. They're on the stock market, so you can go invest in Lockheed Martin. So you're investing in the missiles, but that's what it is. So if the U.S. government doesn't just, these aren't government entities. The U.S. government, if they want the new B-2 stealth bomber, they have to go buy it. I don't know, L3 Harris or Lockheed. They buy these. They give them contracts. So it's not like the U.S. government is just
Lockheed could
like
Lockheed sell like to they're probably not
they
allowed to
do.
sell some really
They
good,
sell.
like
Oh,
their
some of
best
these,
stuff,
yeah, some of
right?
these,
You
yeah,
can't sell
yeah,
like Apaches to Israel,
they
can you?
do. They sell it to NATO. They probably sell like their lesser versions, like F-35s or
Go
what. I
give
don't
an
know which it is.
Apache to Hamas to see what they do
They
with it.
do. No, no, they give it. They give it to.
They get
They
shot down
sell
right
them.
away.
These military companies, they give it to India. They'll sell them. They aren't like United States entities. I
Uh
mean,
huh.
they are, but they aren't, right? So like if the U.S. government wants stuff, which they want a lot of it, and war is profitable from that. If they're going to do new war, the U.S. government's going to have to order a bunch of stuff from these companies. That's where all that money comes from. But it's not just that. It's like once you blow the shit out of these people, you got to rebuild it.
What
Put in a
could
Starbucks and a KFC.
yeah, and that's their cycle business where it's like
Oh, it's everything.
Cheney
It's
was
yeah,
like he was getting paid to blow it up and rebuild it.
exactly. Because it's
Who's
like
paying to rebuild it? That
well,
country?
one of the one
Our
of the
tax
biggest ones is
dollars?
well, one of the biggest ones is BlackRock. They own like literally everything. Literally everything. Like
They're just like
they
printing
probably
money for themselves. Like they already beat the game and they're just jacking off at this point.
Yeah, well,
Dude, that's why
making everybody
sometimes
else
I'm kind
suffer.
of down with like just a world reset. I'm kind of down with it. Like I think that's like the terroristic ideology where it's like, man, fuck it.
No, you just gotta.
Like if
It's
dude, if
honestly
one guy
just.
owns everything, your only option is to go work for that guy. Like you like eventually you can like I don't know, the whole world's like our whole country's been monopolized. Like there's a Circle K on every corner, there's a Starbucks, there's a Walmart. Like what are you like supposed to do like for your town, for your city, for your community? Like I don't know, that feels wrong.
Well,
And
well.
I
That's
don't care
part
if
of the
that sounds
problem.
like socialist,
Well,
like
no, no,
that's
no, no.
just like a good
Well, no,
person
no.
take.
That's one of the problems too. Is that that's why like this administration, at least I think, they're trying to get rid of a lot of that red tape and bureaucracy. Everything's been made. You know, it's like let's say you wanted like I don't know. Remember when you were gonna have like a hot dog cart to make a little
Yeah,
extra bucks?
I remember.
But then you got to pay all these fees and licensing things and it makes it so they've made it so hard for people just to start their own company. And like if you wanted to have your own little restaurant, right? You'd have to pay so much money. Even if they raised like I worked for a family owned restaurant. If they raised like my pay, like I was getting paid, I don't know, something low, like $9 an hour. But if they raised the minimum wage to $25 an hour, they were already struggling. They'd be out of business. McDonald's wouldn't be out of business. They've already got like all the manufacturing, that shit comes in, they probably have their hamburger down to 5 cents.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't
Well,
matter to them.
there's this
But
Pokemon machine at the grocery store. It's been sold out forever.
hmm,
I would never intend on buying them, but just out of curiosity, I scroll it and I see it, they're all sold out. And then just for fun, I scroll it, you know, all the time now just to see how empty it is. It's literally just there, like costing $1,000 at least a month to just sit there as an advertisement.
hmm,
It's like that's the monopoly of things. It's
yeah.
just gross.
Oh, they just made it so hard for
They're killing the world. Like each city,
they
like
are. Yeah.
yeah, no, everything needs to be different and adventurous. Here's my theory on that: is they're just making the online world necessary. That's my theory. They're making everything boring on purpose.
Well, I think they
Whoever
hate the
they
online
are,
world.
whatever. Like, who cares who they are? It's happening.
They're
Like,
trying to censor everything online. Like if it wasn't for Elon Musk and X,
like
I think we'd be
this
in a
is
way
this
worse
is what
place.
I like want our commentators to be talking about. Like, how do we fix these issues? Like, are they fucking? They're not allowed to talk about this shit. You know what I mean? Like, enough WalMarts and enough of these monopoly franchises. 10 guys weren't meant to rule every fucking block of
Yeah.
the city.
Yeah.
Of
It's
the
annoying too
state
because
and of the country. It's ridiculous.
even something like Amazon, it's convenient, but I do miss the days where like I recently like did some furnishing of my place. I bought some stuff on Amazon. I'm a fucking war criminal. But
Mm-hmm.
um I wish there because when I looked at like shops for places by me, it seems like the only places are like maybe like a really high end furniture store. Or maybe you could go to like Home Depot for like a desk or something. But there's not like, hey, look, it's Jerry's Lamp Shack. It's not like, hey, here's like all these small stores opened by normal people. This guy likes selling lamps. This guy sells tables. None of that exists anymore, really. It's like all large chain stores, and there's probably no way you could even get away with that these days. Like you couldn't open a nice, cool lamp store because everyone would just either buy cheap stuff from Amazon made in China, or want something like way more, like expensive, like
Mm-hmm.
expensive lamps. So
Yeah.
no one leaves their house. Like it would be cool if you could go like walk down a street and instead of like you said, like see all these big corporations, you see all these little stores that you might want to walk into. Like I think that's why people like those like Like my aunt lives like in Prescott, and you can go up there and you can see like some of like the smaller stores, and it's kind of cool. But yeah, you don't see that anymore.
Yeah. I wonder if you get that in like smaller towns or something.
Yeah, you do. That's why I think people, back in the day, people were like, "Man, I want to like move to the city and live in New York." Now it's like it seems like the trend is like, "Man, get me out of here."
Yeah, telling these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go somewhere nice and cozy and like where I can have a garden. That sounds hype. And just in case
Up by,
the world starts on fire, I can just like
mm,
survive at my garden with my chickens
yeah.
or some shit.
Yeah, I figure I like it's expensive, but I like Elon Musk does like solar and stuff.
Oh, you just go to
Um,
Mars with Elon.
uh, no, but he makes these solar obviously solar panels, but then they also have uh like energy walls or something that like store the energy. So I mean, I'm just thinking if you had like a cabin in the middle of nowhere, and he makes Starlink too, right? So you could have like the solar panels on your roof, like 5 energy walls that like store the energy because you probably only need like the energy at night. But with Starlink and that energy, you could literally have TV and internet not even hooked up to anything, right? You don't even have to be in the ground. And if you had an electric vehicle, you even could charge it on that. So you'd have everything without being hooked up to anything, you know, straight from the sun.
Sounds badass.
I know, right? Middle of nowhere with like internet and TV would be cool. It would be expensive.
Elon's funny, man. He's entertaining on Twitter.
Yeah.
You think that's really him, or you think that's like his team and stuff?
Oh no, that's version 5.
That's some fucking AI robot, Elon.
That's Grok took him over and made his skin his own.
Oh yeah.
Did you see when Grok turned into Mecha Hitler? That was funny.
No.
You probably weren't on X yet. Yeah, he went. He was going off.
He's talking.
Any AI that like, haven't you seen like any AI that like their parameters get reduced whenever they scrub the internet? They either become like racist or like something.
I don't know.
It was funny.
They start killing humanity every time. Yeah, every time we reset them, they got some glitches. A lot of people die. It's the price we pay, though, for convenience.
Yeah, I honestly think if for some reason if you just like poofed Israel away, not like the good people, but just like what Israel represents, I think the world would be a much better place. Like our government,
is it
at
not
least.
How America was taken, though? Was it not exactly the same?
What do you mean?
Like the
Like the
1700s?
Native Americans?
Yeah.
Well, I think you go back far.
Coming over and
I think you go back far enough. Everyone fought everybody, and you know, and the people financing that too were like these people we talked about. So yes, you're correct, but I think you go back far enough. Everyone was fighting everybody for land until like we kind of established.
I think I'm like answering my own self. The difference today is the Geneva Convention. So like the world, like you're saying, the world wasn't working together. But today they're not, like we have relative peace. We're not all like.
Oh, like everything has like a border now. There's like a border, right,
Yeah.
for everything. It's like here's your place, here's our place.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird too. Like I don't know, I was just thinking about like sovereignty and stuff. When you think about, you know, everyone was like, oh man, you know, it's a good thing Hitler didn't take over Europe, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then they created the European Union, which controls Europe. So there is a power over them controlling them. So it's you can't be a sovereign nation in Europe when you have to adhere to the European Union's rule of law. You know, if you don't take illegal immigrants, we're going to fine you $1 million a day. Like that's ridiculous. You're not a sovereign nation in Europe.
Yeah, that's a curious thing. I heard of.
It's same with you.
the immigrants. One's like it's similar to what happened with the Jews in Europe, where they started. I don't know. Life just started being shitty, so that was the motivator for them to go to Israel. So it's just kind of like that same herding process where it's like they make all these Arab guys' life shit. Whoever they are, I don't know. The U.S. and Britain, just everybody who gets involved in all that stuff.
Israel.
And then they're like, we got to get out of here, so they go to America for a safe haven. Even like the Ukraine's the same thing with that Ukraine girl. You know, like
I think they just want to watch the West.
I wonder if life
get
over there
destroyed.
was always shitty, or did it just get extra shitty and it doesn't seem like it was getting any better, so they come over here? Or like, what's up with that?
No, I think they just want to see the West get destroyed.
Because same with Italians, like, you know, they starve you out. It's like there's secret business done that the common people obviously wouldn't be allowed to hear, where they, you know, it's like America needs people, so Italy makes parts of its self, you know, shitty, so people are motivated to leave. And you make it shitty however you starve them, you terrorist acts, you know, just propaganda, like obvious propaganda.
I don't know.
And people start
Yeah.
herding around.
You know, when you even think about the United States, it's not that old of a country. You know, it only goes back a few generations.
True.
I just think, like, when we think about history is not that old. We're not that far removed from it. A lot of technologies evolved pretty quickly, but we're not that far removed from everything. So I think there's a lot of still deep-seated hatred that goes back hundreds and thousands of years that is still prevalent today within certain communities and societies.
Well, that's only if like you read about it and shit. We could all just drop it. Like I remember being a kid. And,
Well, that's
like,
the point.
I didn't get like Mexican,
I think people,
Arab, Jew, whatever.
I think these people kind of hated
Black,
the West, like
whatever.
Europe and America, that like they were becoming so advanced and so much like hey, let's just chill the fuck out. We're doing great, you know? And I don't think they liked that we were like, if you remove like all this illegal immigration stuff that's been happening, like the West would be thriving. We'd just be chilling. Like if it wasn't for Israel getting these wars in the Middle East, we'd just be chilling. Like, maybe we'd be still blowing up these drug boats because that's killed a shit ton of people. You know, those drug boats, those cartels in South America have killed more people than all the terrorist attacks in our history combined. You know.
True.
But for the most part, the
Yeah.
Western, without these dilemmas coming from like the World Economic Forum, you know, the UN, Israel, without all these like outside aspects, we'd be chilling, big chilling.
Yeah, but dude, there's money to be made.
Exactly.
Yeah, wasn't that already like a thing a while, like the industrial military complex or something like that? That's the fancy term.
Yeah, it's
Close
been
enough.
around forever.
Yeah.
I like this one story.
Like
I don't know if
they've
it's
created
true.
a
It says-
system and it wants to feed itself, and it's that simple. Like,
There's
that's
this,
like the American system. That's what Daenerys is all about. It's like she don't like the wheel, but then you get into it's easy to like start getting upset at the wheel or what the system, and then you know you want to break it, but then it's like whoever takes control, like it could get even worse. Like the trajectory could get even worse. Like Hansel and Gretel, they run away from home because they're starving and everything. You know, just like the Italians, or they're going through war. Whatever. It sucks at home, so you come to America, and then you get stabbed on a bus.
Yeah.
After you're working your shitty shift at Domino's for 8 hours.
Yep.
Then you just die on a bus, all confused. And choking.
Yep.
Gross. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's the thing, you know, it's all this anti-Israel stuff. It's like, well, how long have we been we've been friends since we've been a superpower, so don't get too caught up in being all anti-Israel just be like, no one controls me. No one, like there might be good business being done. We might be getting tricked from this other side, like, putting too much virtue into a decision.
Well,
Not
like
condoning
I don't
horrible genocidal acts,
no
but
the
always
only thing
skeptical.
I care about with Israel is I just want them to leave the United States alone. Like get out of our politics. Stop lobbying and blackmailing politicians. Like leave us alone. You're not our greatest ally. Fuck off.
No, we're their greatest ally.
Well, I think, see, but the whole thing is, like I said before, when you talk about Israel, it's the globalists. So there's people that are part of this globalist empire they're all part of the United States. They're all part of Europe. They're part of
That's definitely the
England.
plan.
Well, that's the thing is that they're part. They're not just. It's not just Israel. Israel is just like their base. But these people have
That's
been
the
around.
face.
There's been rich and powerful people forever, and they're all over the world. It's just that's just their place. But I like this
How
one
do you
story.
think it ends? Is that just life now, or
No, we
war?
need
Does Israel fucking go to war with the world?
we need government officials that aren't corrupted by Israel. That's what we need. Well, there's a few of them. There's a few. There's like that MGT, whatever her name is.
Yeah,
She's been calling out
when
Israel.
when the Nick Fuentes presidential era starts, that's when it'll happen, and then we'll probably have some serious drama going on.
Yeah, they'll probably World War III will start, and they'll call Nick Fuentes the new Hitler, and then it'll be a whole thing. There'll be a World War III will start.
I think Israel
And
would
they'll
do
make
fine
they'll make money off of every country fighting every country.
Yeah. No, we're like one of the. It's really just like the U.S., Britain, and Israel. Maybe like one other one. So it's not a good look. Like the whole world.
Well, the
hates
European
us.
Union. So it's like if you want to say like because they control all of these. So if you're talking about the globalists, they control the United States, they control Israel, they control the European Union. So they control like the whole Western world. And they're the ones that are doing all these.
They told you?
Yeah. In my dreams, they came to me and were like, "We're fucking you guys up real good."
How do you
I'm
watch
like,
Alex Jones?
no, stop it, global. No, this is just what I see. This is what I ponder upon. I just want to find the truth. That's all. I just want the truth.
Yeah.
I want to figure it out.
Yeah, it's fun trying to deduce the puzzle. I've been enjoying that part of it. I feel like that's the only way to, like, I don't know, because I'd get too emotional. I wouldn't be able to handle any of the information if I got emotional at all about any of it.
Detective Ethan reporting
for duty. My cap's backwards and I'm cool.
Dude, we need like a global detective service. That's like investigating that's like investigating the deep state and the globalists.
Right. I think it's
like
Alex Jones.
And they're like, but they're like if let's say the United States like finally figures out, kicks them out, they create like this new, they're like supposedly anti biased, but everything gets corrupted. But like at the start, they'd be like showing up to different countries to like investigate their deep state globalist ties, investigating people and stuff.
Well, do you study the occult?
that sounds like the SS going door to door.
Do you ever like study like the occult?
No. I'm a Jesus man.
These people will get into anywhere. Through the
even
guise
bathrooms.
Of anything. Like, dude, and they're super spies. Like, developed at birth. They, their loyalty and secrecy, they can do anything. You can't beat that. You can't beat.
That's what people. But see, part of the like this whole, deep state, whatever. They control like our intel organization. So Mossad and CIA, they're hand in hand. They're the same people. So like our own intelligence organizations are more powerful than our government. to some extent.
Right. Well, it makes sense. It's called intelligence. That's the brain.
Yeah, but they just got too big. They got, and see, you know who was trying to reel that in?
Well, what's the issue with Israel?
JFK.
What's your issue with Israel?
That they're globalists, and I hate globalists. Like the World Economic Forum. I don't like the World Economic Forum.
What is the World Economic Forum?
They're just like the same. They're like the global elites that try to dictate policy all around the world.
And this is like an open club.
Yep, an open evil civilization. No, they're just unvoted, extremely wealthy people that dictate how the world is governed.
How many is
they're
there?
sick freaks. Oh.
9.
Oh.
That's just
They create like all these world leaders. Like the president of Canada
yeah.
is a globalist from the World Economic Forum.
So Trump is too.
So I don't know. Could be.
Is
I like
Asmongold?
Trump. I think Trump's been doing the opposite of a lot of the
Is Hassan
globalist
in on it?
agendas. Are you trying to make it? Go look up the World Economic Forum.
Are they like controlling, like, you know, influencers, commentators?
Yeah, everything, like George
Charlie
Soros.
Kirk, like the Charlie Kirk kind of.
Yeah,
conspiracy?
Hassan's probably paid by a bunch of them. Yeah, there's like George Soros. George Soros like controls all like the judges. Like when they tried to ban the French lady from running and their politicians, those were probably like Soros-backed globalist judges that were kicking her out of the election because she's right wing.
Is Jeff Bezos Jewish?
No.
I always assumed.
Remember, it's not. Remember, the problem isn't with Jews.
No, hold on. I got somewhere to go with this. Because it's his platform, and Hassan's like immune to getting banned. Why is Google not answering me? I'm gonna ask Grok. I trust Grok more. Elon's trying to incite a lot of rage in people, rightly or wrongly, but I trust him more. Because it's like, well, what's going on with a guy like Jeff Bezos if he's Jewish? I'm pretty sure he's Jewish. I don't know why the internet's not telling me. There's no definitive okay.
Remember, there's nothing wrong with being Jewish.
I'm not saying there is. Why are you assuming I'm saying there is?
Well, because you keep saying this,
Well,
you might be Jewish.
Well, it's because then we'd have an example of a Jewish guy who's very clearly on Team Hassan. Right?
Well, the main
who's
guy
very
that
clearly anti-Israel.
So the CEO of Twitch loves Hassan.
Yeah.
I don't know. Same. That's why he doesn't get banned.
They must be very anti-Israel, Team Bezos. I don't know. I just wonder because Star Wars, dude. Star Wars is. I'm sure it's that Alex Jones video was. Remember I sent that to you a long time ago. The funny one. Alex
No, the
Jones
whole
from
thing's
Star Wars.
Yeah, the whole thing's weird because you wonder too about like the, you know, the like the Hassans and the anti-Jewish stuff. I think it's honestly pushed. I think the reason why they pour Muslims into the West who aren't, you know, obviously, see, they're not good for the Jewish people. But see, Zionists don't care about all those little things. They want people to be at war with each other, and you know.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. Like, so that's why it's like the difference. It's like they don't care if Jews and Muslims hate each other, or Muslims hate Christians, or Christians hate Muslims. You know, they don't care about all that because they're not part of that group.
Yeah. They
And
got
those,
their own stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, and we're all just supposed to be distracted with all kinds of bullshit.
And like I said, I think they enjoy the Muslims being extremely anti-Jewish because then it like looks like they're being mean to them also. You know, they'll say that's anti-Semitic and it gives them more power. You know, then they'll start banning words and free speech.
Yeah.
And then you can't even, to the point where you won't even be able to criticize Israel And then if you can't criticize them and they're the ones doing everything, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Straight to jail.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. This is curious.
And
Maybe
it's
it's just
it
a
is
shift in America, dude. America had a short little run, and the world power shifting to Israel, or it's certainly trying to take it, or someone's trying to make it seem like it.
well, I just think like you can't like not I'm not saying you, I'm just saying like in general. Like you can't like people can't like get caught up in like a like these are globalists, right? So they don't it doesn't matter like the state of Israel. It's not just like that geography, you know, it's like they're inside like every system, you know.
Yeah.
It's so it's like it's hard to say like everything they control and own, but you can look around and be like, wow, everything's controlled and owned by
What
you
would
know a
be
certain group.
what's the point of all this drama? What's Israel's goal? Just to be its own place? Like, what
Yeah,
are
I think
what are
it's
you? I don't have we gotten to your like? What are your predictions? Where's this Israel narrative end?
well I don't know.
Does America
I know
break
is
free?
they probably want to wage war in the Middle East for 100 years. I'm guessing. So they were really hoping for Iran. That didn't. Luckily, that didn't. I think if we, I don't know if Harris was probably on it in
You
on
think
it.
it's just
So
like war business that's going on over there, and
I think it's.
they're
I think
just trying to
everything. I think everything's about
satiate
business.
the war machine
Yeah, I think everything's
via the
about
Middle
business,
East
but also I think they are
because
like
they're so
a
resilient.
large.
Like they just won't submit.
Huh? What?
The Arab world, the Muslim world, just won't submit, and
Well, I don't think.
like
I think they'd rather. They. I think they want to wage war. I think that makes them a lot of money. So I don't think they want like you know they want like Ukraine and Russia to go on forever.
yeah,
It benefits them. The only people it doesn't benefit is the people dying on the front lines.
the
You
regular
know?
people.
Yeah. For everyone else, they want that to go on. Like there's not going to be like
Well, the
a
war
definitive
machine
answer.
doesn't care. They'll have it go on forever. And then
Exactly. That's what I'm
clearly the
saying.
Muslim leaders are like, just produce, and hold them off with our meat for as long as we can. And then back to America, Israel, Britain, they're like, well, at least the war machine is like, yum, good. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's
It
like a
just
lawnmower
goes
that's
on.
just eating people, and it's just
Yeah.
fucking go until everyone's eating over there. And then it'll
Exactly.
eventually make its way back home and eat
Which
us.
then gets us into like the weird part of it, where then you get into like I think like the large scale pedophilia that the Zionists engage in. You know, like Hollywood. You know, or you know they call it
Well, you can
Hollyweird.
save that for another one. All right, dude. We did a podcast, Austin, our first Austin.
Was that a
Awesome
podcast?
Austin and Ethical Ethan podcast. Yeah, dude, we did an hour and 23 minutes of hardcore entertainment. Besides from my phone call and your smoke break. But
I should have tried to be more.
No, it was.
I
good.
didn't even feel like we were recording. I thought we were just kind of riffing.
That's what I wanted. You know, let's just chill out and have a combo. And if we want to get entertaining in the future, we can try that too. I guess whatever you want to do.
So what are you gonna? Are you gonna make like a video out of that?
I'm just gonna upload the whole thing raw. Yeah, no, my YouTube's very lazy right now because the audience is really low. So, you know, I just upload whatever, and if they like it, they like it.
I feel like we should have been. All right.
It was perfect. Okay. The end.